Think of your recent or most memorable travel. What made it worthwhile? Was it the hotel where you stayed, the food that you ate, or the excellent service that you were provided with? All those are part of tourism product, which we are going to talk about in this video. We are going to define tourism product. We are going to talk about the tourism sectors, as well as the core components of a tourism product. So what is a tourism product? According to United Nations World Tourism Organization, a tourism product is a combination of tangible elements, or those that can be perceived by our senses, especially our sense of touch, and the intangible elements, or those that does not have physical presence. Examples of these elements are natural, cultural, and man-made resources, attractions, facilities, services, and activities around a specific center of interest, which represent the core of the destination marketing mix, and those create an overall visitor experience, including emotional aspects or the feeling of satisfaction for the potential customers. A tourism product is priced and sold through distribution channels like the travel agencies and tour operators, and has a life cycle, which we are going to talk further on the next lesson. Tourism is composed of many industries that work together for a tourism product to be provided, catering the need of a tourist. At the destination, a tourist may need a place to stay, food to eat, and things to do. This is where the sectors come to play. These sectors offers products, services, and activities to tourists for overall experience. Every sector provides tangible and intangible elements, and as we go along, you may list down one or two examples that the sector offers to tourists. The first sector is the transportation sector. This sector enables tourists to reach or access the destination. Part of this sector are the following: air transportation or aviation, like airplane or a helicopter. Next is the sea transportation, like a passenger boat or ferry. Next is land transportation, which has so many kinds, from buses, taxis, car rentals, motor taxis, and last is the railway or trains, which is common in Europe and Japan. The second sector is the accommodation sector. They offer tourists a place to stay at the destination. This sector includes hotels, which can be classified according to their size, level of service, ownership, or affiliations, and target markets. Also, we have resorts, who targets more on travelers looking for vacation and relaxation. Included also are tourist inns, apartels, pension house, we have motel or motorist hotel, and lastly we have homestays, which are commonly located in remote areas where there are no constant flock of tourists. Therefore, no hotels or resorts are available. These are residential homes that receives tourists if there are any. The next sector is the food and beverage sector. They offer meals and drinks to tourists. This sector mainly is composed of restaurants, which can be fine dining, fast food, buffet, and others. They can also vary depending on the cuisine that they serve. Bars, bake shops, and cafes also belong to this sector, and any other establishments that provides food and drinks. Next is the attraction sector. Attraction is what mostly drives tourists to go to a certain destination. This is also the reason why there are many types of tourism, such as adventure tourism, ecotourism, food tourism, and dark tourism, to name a few. Attraction can be natural, like islands, beaches, waterfalls, and mountains, or man-made, like theme parks and resorts. In attractions, tourists can do activities like sightseeing, snorkeling in beaches, and during island hopping, hiking on mountains, and water rafting in rivers. Culture is also a part of attraction, like the destination's cuisine, festivals, and other traditions. Another sector in tourism is the events sector, otherwise known as MICE. MICE is an acronym for meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. This sector is composed of companies or professional organizers of events. For example, an international company would like to hold a meeting overseas with more than 500 participants, or the Olympics 2020 event, which would have gathered hundreds of thousands of tourists if not because of the pandemic. These events need professional organizers for it to be realized. The last sector is the intermediaries. They act as the middleman between the tourist and the other five sectors. Part of this sector are travel agencies and tour operators. Travel agencies are companies or organizations that offers travel services like booking transportation, hotel reservations, preparing travel itineraries, arranging of tour and activities, and purchasing of travel insurance. Most of the time, those elements are pre-packaged, but can be also customized upon request. They also provide assistance to clients requiring documentation services such as passport application and renewal, visa application, and other permitting documents. Tour operators, meanwhile, provide arrangement for the actual trip, encounter, and activities in the specific destination. They prepare an itinerary which includes the time schedule, activities, facilities, and service that will be used by the client's trip. And finally, the components of a tourism product. It is composed of combined products and services that each sector of tourism offer. The basic are transportation, facilities, and attraction. Here is an example of a package tour which includes accommodation, meals, tour, and facilities like boat with a guide and life vest and a round trip transfer. And that's all about tourism product and the different sectors that compose the product for the tourist overall experience. Your task is now to recall your recent travel and identify the different elements of tourism product that you have taken advantage of for the entire trip.